spiritual communication skills. The secret to getting through this is establishing the proper communication bridge to us and ask the why questions. The why question is a personal development approach that will remind you who you are and why you are here. It is through these why questions that you will nurture yourself back into existence. All right, Ray. So how are we doing there?
Oh, people are coming in. Veronica's here.
All
Rebecca
right.
Dan is here.
All right.
I ask them to say hello when they come in so we can make sure the little comment box is working. Everything seems to be working fine.
Bring your questions, you guys. Type them in there. We need your questions. The guides are going to answer you, so use this time. It's yours.
Everything's working fine.
Okay, so when it comes to the why question, I think the biggest single point to the why question and the why the guides suggest that you at least start with why questions when you first make the attempt to communicate with them, no matter how you do it. If you do it through cards, if you do it through writing in your journal, okay? If you do it channeling your guides with a pendulum, with however you go about doing it, okay? If you're just asking questions, you'll find out that when you go to ask the why question, you'll go back to a real early time in your life and ask why questions around that. Because after all, that's how you forgot who you are. That's how you missed that part of your life. It's how you detached and disconnected from where you came from, all right? So it resides in the why. You didn't get it answered when you were a kid. You got some kind of nonsensical answer, or they said something to you that was silly or a joke, and you just plain didn't get your answer, all right? And that's why my guided journey was written. I wrote this. This was published about 6 months ago, and it's the companion journal to guided. And it's all about that child. It's all about going back to that early life where you basically didn't get your why questions answered with anything intelligent, right? And now it's your time. It's your opportunity when you start building this bridge, this communication bridge to your guides, that you come in with that wonder. You come in with that freshness. You come in without an outcome in mind. That resides in that why question. So how are we doing there, Ray?
Oh, a few more. Evie came in. Anna Mae came in.
Ask your questions.
Go ahead. We're looking for some questions.
We're looking for those questions. In the meantime, on this post today, Kathy, you left a comment. Is Kathy with us right now?
Not yet.
Okay. Kathy asked a question. She said, asking why questions, it really does make you think about what you are really seeking. That's what it does. It really makes you go deeper into what it is you really want to know. There might be something you want to know about your life. It's a sliver of your life. But the why question, it's a horizontal plane. It's a continuum. It keeps wanting to know. You get the answer to the why, and it's right. You can feel it. You know it. And you write it down, you guys. You have to write it down, or you're not used to doing that. You're not used to remembering the steps you took the day before, but you need to start remembering, all right? And every time you do that, every time you write in your journal, every time you approach your questions with the whys, you're going to see the wisdom in it. It's amazing, all right?
You can't ask a leading question if you ask why.
You just can't. It has no agenda. The why question has no agenda.
I mean, people ask, what should I do? You know, they might ask their guides, what should I do? Your guides aren't going to tell you what to do. They might give you some suggestions, but they will never tell you what to do.
Ray makes an excellent point here, you guys. They will give you guidance, okay? They're your guides. You know, you ask for that guidance, and they will not let you down.
You know, if you okay, go ahead.
I was going to finish that. They will, and so you were talking. What did you?
What should I do? They're never going to tell you what to do.
Okay, they don't tell you what to do. They lead you, they point you in a direction where they know you intended to go in this lifetime, but it's your choice to go there.
Right.
They didn't come here to live this life. You came here to live this life, all right? And it's always your choice. So where they point you may not be something that you really wanted to deal with or have to do or have to think about. Sometimes it's not easy, But I can only tell you, all it does is kick the can down the road, and you wind up coming right back to that why, that original question. And it's pure, it's clean. It's not afraid of the answer. Okay, that's the key. It's not afraid of the truth. Everything else is kind of going, I want to know, but don't tell me anything bad. Oh, I want to know, but I have something I want, so I want to only hear what I want. I don't want you to tell me something I don't want. Okay, that's not an answer. How can somebody speak out an answer through that? The doors have been slammed shut, So that's why the why question, when you first start learning to communicate with your guides, it's all about asking the why question. Why, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, we're starting to get some questions, and some of them are why questions, some of them aren't, but we'll get to the ones that aren't in a minute.
Okay.
Rebecca, why
Good.
have I been starving for more connections or a stronger connection with her angels and her spirit guides? Why?
Yeah.
Good question.
And so involved in that, in really what's in there for Rebecca is that urge that's pulling her. Okay? She's not pushing it. It's calling her is what it is. See how cool the why question is? It's the best. All right. So we're going to answer, your guides are going to answer, your spirit guides and angels are going to answer that, Rebecca.
Okay.
And great question. And here they go.
Rebecca, why are you experiencing this at this time in your life? It's two things. One is that you had this connection when you came here. And two, it is now your soul's urge to express itself at this time.
Okay, so it's something that they're telling you. You've got roots in this thing. All right, it's there. You don't have to invent it. You don't have to create it. It's already there. You just have to unearth it. All right, because it's already there.
Okay. Veronica says, why do I feel bad because I feared my friend had brain surgery?
Okay, why did I feel bad? Because I feared my friend had brain surgery. Okay.
Had brain surgery.
Okay, so, okay. And your spirit guides and angels are here with us now, Veronica. They're going to answer that. Here they go.
Veronica, you would feel for your friend no matter what type of operation they had. When it's something out of the ordinary, like brain surgery, it's so complicated, and not everybody has it in their lifetime. It's something that there are many things that could go wrong. You are working in a small space and doing very delicate work. It's these complications and the probabilities that it may not go as planned that have you worried.
Should she be?
Not any more than if he was having his tonsils taken out.
Okay. I just felt a big relief there. Okay, that's what I felt from this. So I don't think that it's anything, I don't think it's going to be your worst thought. I think you can just let that go.
I think it's shocking when people
It is.
find out they have to have brain surgery or a friend.
That's absolutely true. We're in this world. We live this life.
You hear about cancer every day, and you hear about heart attacks and heart operations, but you don't hear about brain surgery every day.
You don't. Yeah. And I think they put it in perspective. Just release all that. And of course you would have that reaction though. Of course you would, just like Ray was talking about. What? You'd have that reaction. But let that go, because it's not going to be the big sweat that you feel it could have been. All right. Even though it's delicate.
Okay. Marie Cloutier from Canada. She has a new project. Okay. Now, instead of asking a why question, she asked a where question. Where would this new project take me? So let's see if we can rework that into a why question.
Okay.
Start off the question with why.
Okay. So
new project.
Let's think it through.
Okay.
Where would this new project?
Where will it take me?
Where will it take me? Okay. Why am I so concerned about where this new project will take me?
So maybe even something simpler.
No, that's good. We got this, right? Or go ahead if you want to rephrase it.
Why am I being presented with this new project at this time?
Okay.
That takes the onus off of what's going to happen in the future.
Okay. Go ahead and ask that question.
Okay.
We're going to just go with this because we're not live with you. Otherwise, you could go, I want door number 1 or door number 2.
So why were you presented, Marie, with this project right now?
Yeah.
It was because you have hidden talents and energy that you haven't yet used. This new project will stretch you in new ways that will help you grow as a person.
Okay, now let's go to the way I asked it. Why is, what's her name? Marie concerned about how this new project will lead her.
Right.
Will lead her through her life.
You have self-doubt about this new project. It's not something you would have brought upon yourself.
Okay, that question was reframed, why, in 2 different ways. One way Ray formed it and your guides answered it. The other way I formed it and your guides answered it. So when you create these why questions, even if you think it couldn't possibly be a why question, it doesn't seem like it could be one. It can be one easily, and several. Okay, so don't be afraid to ask it in a couple different ways, because your guides will. The second answer came through as a personal development type of answer, where the first answer came through more like a career, and where it's taking you, and what it's basically going to move you through and up into. All right.
Okay. We're getting some more questions, but they're not why questions. So let's take a look at the questions.
We're going to work on that, and we're going to show you guys by doing it how to do this for yourself. All right.
Okay. Benita Herring. Hi, Benita. I think she's new.
Okay. Hi, Benita.
Will my friend Kim be able to heal her body and be here a long time?
Okay.
Okay. So she's worried about her friend Kim, who's sick.
Uh-huh.
And will she be able to heal herself? And will she be here for a long time?
Okay.
Okay. That shows an expected outcome.
Right.
And a prediction.
It does. That's exactly what you don't want to go into. Go ahead, Ray. How would you reform that into a why question?
Why does she have this challenge at this time?
What challenge?
Whatever she's sick with. She's sick with.
Okay, no. Okay, so Ray goes after after the physical issue. I tend to go after, why are you? Okay, well, where he goes after, why is it?
Mm.
Okay, you see the difference there? So, Ray, go ahead and ask that question.
Which way?
Your way.
Why?
Ask it your way.
Okay. Why is she in this situation now in her life?
What situation, Ray?
She is, obviously there's something wrong that she needs to heal from, and how long is she, if she can heal?
Now, who's she?
Her friend.
Her friend, okay.
If she can heal, how long will she be?
So now, reframe your question with that included.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Why does my friend have this challenge right now, and will she be able to?
No. Now you threw another question on my question.
2 questions.
Okay.
One at a time.
You can't cheat. Cheating is not allowed.
Okay. Caught me.
See how we do this? We really want to do it our way. Okay, go ahead, Ray.
I'm tending to go with you. Why do I feel like this? Because you don't want to go down the path of expected outcomes.
You do not.
Naturally, she's your friend and you love her, and you, hate to see her in this situation, and you want her to be around for a long time.
Right.
So, your question would have been about
it would have been
Benita.
Yeah.
And not her friend.
Say her name.
Benita.
It would be about what is it about why? Okay. Why do I'm speaking like I'm you. Why do I have this concern about her not being okay?
She is one of your dearest friends. We hate to think that our friends are in pain, and also that there's a chance they may not be here with you much longer. This health challenge that your friend has is something that was planned in her contract long before she came here. It is a challenge for her she must face in order to learn from it. She will learn to be brave.
Okay. That could go on for a while. Okay, what's going on with her? And you have to be okay with whatever that natural flow is with your friend. All right? You do need to be okay with that. I know that something is going to happen there. I can feel it, and Ray can feel it. I'm telling you that we can feel it. Maria, right?
Bonita.
And there's something going on there, and you just have to learn to be okay with it, Bonita, okay?
All right. Let's see. Those are tough.
Those are.
Marie says, I love the background. You do too.
Isn't it sweet? Yeah.
Veronica says, learned, not feared. That's good.
Now, say
that was in regard to her friend. She feels bad about him having to have brain surgery.
Oh, got it, right.
Learned, not served. Okay.
Right.
Brianna. Hi, Brianna. Brianna Appling says, what are my spirit guides trying to tell me currently? They're trying to tell you we need a why question. So let's come back and ask it in a why format, Brianna, and be a little more specific.
Yeah, and you've seen enough samples here tonight where you see how you could formulate it. I want to see what you come back with. That's so important, that these why questions, it's the key.
Okay, Veronica says, thank you. Rebecca again, Linda, how do I unearth this? Where do I start developing the deeper connection? She had a question about, she has this urge right now to make a stronger connection.
Right. Is this Rebecca?
Right, and their answer was something about she came in with it.
Right.
And it's her soul's urge to
do this now.
To bring it back.
To do this now.
So there was a period in between where it wasn't so strong.
Right. That's all it was. Right.
So now her next question is, how does she unearth this? Where should she start? Well, this is a good place to start on Tuesday night.
Yeah, this is a good place to start. So what was the way she formed it, right?
How?
Okay.
How does she unearth
you, Rebecca. Okay.
Remember what they said just a little while ago about how questions. They're never going to tell you how.
No, that's right. They're never going to tell you how to do it, right? Okay.
They're not going to do it for you.
Let's help her. Help her.
Right.
Let's formulate the why.
Okay.
Could you read that again, Ray?
How do I unearth this closer connection?
Yeah.
How do I unearth this? Where should I start?
Okay.
Developing the deeper connection.
Okay. Why don't I know how to unearth this and where to start? That's how you want to ask that question. And your spirit guides and angels are here with us now, Rebecca. They haven't gone anywhere, and they're going to answer that why question. Okay, and here they go.
All right. So why?
Go back and read it.
Let me read the question. Oh, unearth this. Why did it show up at this time, and where does she start?
Okay, so why doesn't Rebecca remember? Okay, already know since she brought this with her. Why doesn't she remember this? Okay, here they go.
It's natural that you forgot this connection as you grew up, and the distractions of life got in your way. Now, at this time, this urge to reconnect is very strong, and we can see that you don't know where to start. It seems so overwhelming, yet it's the most simple thing you can do. We want you to take 15 minutes each day and find a quiet spot alone. Then we want you to breathe and listen to your breath. Once you get still, you will begin to hear the whispers.
Now that went about it a whole different way. Read her question again the way she originally asked it.
How does she unearth this, and where does she start developing this?
See, you got a great answer here without trying to lead it. Just remember to go back to yourself. You got to go back to yourself. When you ask these why questions, when you came into this world, you came in as a baby, a toddler, early.
A new person.
A new person, and you were relentless with the why. You never stopped asking your parents why. You drove them crazy. They couldn't stand it anymore, So you have those questions inside you. Ask those questions. They didn't get answered right.
Right.
Okay? You got to ask them to the source, to your spirit guides and angels, the ones who really, the spirit family who came with you in this life. Okay, that you remembered came with you early on, but then all this commotion, knocked it out. It didn't go anywhere. It's just that you got distracted. All right? What do we have, Fred?
Okay, a lot of people say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Makes a lot of sense. Rebecca says, why have I been having severe back pain for years. It's made me a prisoner. It has been making it hard for me to have a normal life. I want to be able to move without limitations. Again, I haven't been able to get any straight answers from doctors. Well, yeah.
Okay, this is a perfect question. Why? It doesn't matter what she asked. The answer will be, she's ready for the truth. You can't ask the why question and not surrender to the truth. That's what she's doing. And your spirit guides and angels are going to answer that why question around your back problems.
Severe lower back pain.
Okay, why? And here they go.
When did this pain begin? Look back and try to pinpoint the time around when it started.
They're talking about the year, you know.
What was happening in your life when it started?
Right.
Whatever was happening at that time caused you to experience two things. Fear of not having enough money in your future, and fear of moving into that future.
You know, again, Rebecca, you've got to write about this stuff. You've got to go back, part 2 of My Guided Journey, chapter 1 through 18, and take it back to that early fear, all right? And really start getting in there and writing it all down. You've got to write it all down. It's there. It hasn't gone anywhere. You pushed it away, which is the normal thing to do. That's what most of us do. I even did that. You know, I didn't write Guided until I was 60 years old and told my story. I never thought I'd have to go back and look at that again, you know? And, oh man, I didn't even know that was in the cards for me. But I can't say that. If I, again, write everything down, because back in 1994, when they first showed up, I mean, physically, when I could take a photograph of them, I've seen them since I was 20 months old, but this time they let me take their photograph. And it was a setup for the book. 20 years later, I write the book. So, you know, I don't know. We have a purpose in this life, you guys. Every one of us do. We just have to wake up to it. Ask those why questions.
Okay. Marie said that made a lot of sense. Rebecca said, we covered that one. Benita's friend is sick with cancer. Her name is Kim, and she's sick with cancer. The guy said they saw something was going to happen. You got the feeling that something was going to happen,
Yep.
but they didn't say what it was. She's wondering if we can find out what you were referring to.
Well, I think, okay, here's what you need to do. Every one of you, I want you guys to know that you guys have the answers. You do. If you could just get out of the fear and you just get out of your own way. And that's why I wrote this journal, the companion journal to Guided. You write about what you're feeling onto these pages. In part 3, the journal writing, this is what it's for. You will get your most brilliant feedback and do your best work, because this is about your life. This is about understanding what this is all about for you and the ones you love. Go there. Go into that part of you. The answer is there. If you can move the fear away and just be open to the truth, ask the why.
Rebecca said about the lower back pain. She was in a car accident about 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
6, 7 years ago.
Okay, so you want to track your steps going back to that Because you know what? Another thing, Rebecca, there's no accidents. I know it was a car accident, but there are no accidents, right? So go back to that time in your life where your guides were, maybe they went out on a limb to really get your attention, stop you, you know? What was that about? You know, why did you stop me so abruptly? Why did you put me in that spot and just make me have to look at it? Okay, this is what it's doing. It's not there to hurt you guys. It's there to make you grow. It's to expand, to learn who you are, why you're here, why. What else do we have, Ray?
Do the guys want to say anything about her friend Kim? She has cancer. I mean, that's not a why question. But.
No, it's not.
Okay.
And I did answer it.
Okay.
What I want you to do, I want you to do some work, is what I want you to do. Okay, let's let the guides talk about that, to her about that. And then you just don't think that I'm just, doing all the talking here. Here they go.
Your friend Kim has this challenge of cancer, and it is a result of her holding on to anger in her life. She must learn to let it go, and she can heal herself. That's a tough one.
That's tough, but it can be done.
Yep.
And I mean, it usually happens when you're not noticing it. I talk about that in Guided in, I'm going to say it was probably chapter 11, 10, 11, where I went through all that, career success in my early 20s, and only to get to be 26, 27 years old. And my guides come to me one day and they say, well, real estate will never be the same for you, Linda. And I had this awesome career, right? I said, really? And they said, yeah. And you healed your anger. In other words, throughout that career, I was dealing with people who were difficult, but we were like on an even playing field in terms of needing to work those inner, issues out, them in their world, me in my own. And if the anger was gone, I was done. And there was no more need for the business. Right? I mean, I'm just saying that things, good news and bad news, and then life goes on and pushes us in new directions. So we just what you don't want to do is you don't want to resist. You want to just know, you want to recognize the guidance when it comes through. When you ask your question, ask it with why. Start it with why. And you won't be trying to fudge the answer in any way. All right?
Okay. We have somebody new, Darlene. Darlene Ratter. Hi, welcome.
Hi, welcome, Darlene.
This is good. You're going to love this.
Yeah.
Hi, Linda. I just learned that through her DNA, she had a DNA test.
Yeah.
Okay. That her father's not her biological dad. All right. But mom and pseudo dad are deceased, so she doesn't have anybody to ask about it.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that gets better. Also, she's been seeing a lot of orbs with her naked eye, and she's filmed hundreds of them. That's good. My question to you is why, here it is, why at 55 years old do I just now find out about her family's secret? And am now seeing all these orbs. What's happening to me?
Okay, this is so cool.
This is a good one.
Yeah. And just so you know, what's her name again, Ray?
Darlene.
Darlene. Just so you know, in Guided, I was 55 years old when I went through the same thing.
Found out all your family secrets.
It's 55. What is up with that? Okay, but that's my life. This is your life. And let's let your spirit guides and angels talk about this with you. Okay, and it's why what, Ray? Why what?
Why, at 55 years old right now, does she find out the family secrets and why she starts seeing all these orbs.
Okay, yeah.
What's this happening?
So this is a double down why
Why
question.
is this all happening to me?
But it is 2 questions, just so you know.
Is.
But it feels like they're connected, so that's good. I think that's fair play. Here they go.
It's very common to have a life-changing revelation in your early 50s after age 52. This happens to most people. These family secrets were especially important for you not to find out until now, for reasons that you may never realize. These energy orbs that you are photographing can be several things, even the energy of souls who have crossed over. It's good you are photographing them so you can study them and see a pattern of when they appear. You must document these sightings and photograph as many as you can, because there is a pattern in their appearance. So you wonder why this is all happening to you, when all we can tell you is it's not happening to you, it's happening for you.
So you are on a new journey.
A new path.
That's what this whole thing is. It's like disclosure in your own world. You hear about disclosure in our world, right? Like, this thing's coming out now, this thing's coming to light. Oh my God, that person was doing this all these years, you know? And it's disclosure, you guys. It's like the tide's going out, and anyone who's naked, you're going to see them out there naked, you know? And things are coming to light. So I think it's really interesting how the truth cannot be held back because of all these, I don't know, all the things that held it back before. It's just not working. It's this, they're coming out of the closets. Right?
All the secrets are coming out now. Who would have known you had to bribe your way to go to college?
The good ones, the good colleges.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, so you guys, oh my gosh, how are we doing here today?
I think we're doing really well.
Okay,
Conrad, thank
I
you.
want to get to the rest of
Juanita says, thank you, I agree.
Yeah.
I appreciate you taking the extra time. Much appreciated, no problem.
We're here on Tuesdays, Bonita.
Get
like Linda's Weekly Guided Insights.
Linda's Weekly Guided Insights, yep.
It's right there on the description, you guys.
Yep.
Ray has it as the last link.
And the journal. The journal's important.
Oh yeah, the journal.
If you're going to write things down, these patterns just don't pop up right in front of you and say, oh, hey, there it is, there's the answer. You might get guidance that shows up today, and then, like the orbs, okay, the orbs showed up today. And there were 6 of them. And how did it make you feel? What did you realize from it? What action did you do? Did you photograph them? Did you write it down?
That's part 3 of my guided journey.
Right.
That's part 3 where Ray's talking about, and where you identify these things. Every time you write in your journal, you're waking up, okay? Because now you can look back in a week from now, a month from now, you're going to go, I can't believe I wrote this. I mean, wow, this is the coolest thing. I actually wrote this down.
I couldn't have made that up.
And I remember it. I kind of remember it, but now that I read it, it's like I remember it, and I remember how it felt, and I do remember what I felt, and what I realized from it, and the action I took. in the last 30 days since I wrote it down, how did it change my life?
Yeah, is it happening every, 10 days? Every 10 days they show up.
Is it causing me,
right.
Am I taking steps? What action did I take? Did I do something after this happened that I wouldn't have normally done? And now I can write in there what action I took, because I didn't know it when it first came through, even though I wrote down how it felt and what I realized. I didn't know what action I was going to take. But in hindsight, looking back 2 weeks, a month after I wrote it, I see what I did. That's what I did. I did take action, and here's the action I took, and write it in here. You guys, you're waking up. This is called, the journal part is called the roadmap to consciousness. It's like waking back up again and remembering things when they happen, instead of just going blank, all right? That's what that's about. All right.
Yeah, this is the way you start documenting your conversations with your guides.
Oh, yeah.
They're trying to tell you something.
That's what's really happening. As you're writing in there, you'll see how your guides are infiltrating your writing. You're going, wow, I didn't know I wrote that down. Well, you probably didn't. You probably did a little automatic writing in between your own writing, and there it is. You're going to be surprised. But you got to start writing this stuff down, you guys. Okay, next week. I'm going to talk about next week, but first I want to talk about the group. We've got a group called on Facebook. It's a private, closed group called Ask the Universal Channel. So if you'd like to learn how to do this, you can ask to join the group, Ask the Universal Channel. Just look it up on Facebook. And this is where you'll receive lessons, free lessons, and free channeled readings from the students of Ask the Universal Channel. We have some students that are just superb.
Stellar.
They are doing so well. So you guys want to check that out. So before the guides bring through their closing message for tonight on the power of why, we're going to talk about next week, next Tuesday, March 26th. Join Linda Live right here on Facebook. This will be a Q&A and commentary with Linda and her guides at 6 p.m. Pacific time, so don't miss it. In Linda's weekly guided insights, the guides will be talking about how dreams and guidance work together. Dreams are interesting in the fact that they ride on future expectations. The person with the dreams attempts to live their life toward realizing it, but most don't do enough to see it come true. These people think that it's something that will show up in their future. Without a dream, people go through life day by day, just getting by like you're holding your breath. It's hard to have a dream when you're not breathing. People who do have dreams and a plan to achieve them are always breathing their dreams. They do something every day to get closer to realizing that dream. It drives their lives. Having a dream is the urge that drives you, but the opportunities lie in the guidance. And I'm going to explain that for a minute here before we close the session tonight with the closing message. It's having the opportunity lies within, but it's really about the guidance you get along the way. So let me just explain this. And this is a really interesting insight because I actually lived this. I know what it feels like, and I'm going to repeat something here. I know what it feels like to go through life day by day, just getting by and holding my breath. It's hard to have a dream when you're holding your breath. In Guided, I talk about I held my breath for 16 years and then I got out with my life, all right? And when I got out with my life, I got out the first day, the second day, the third week, the second month. I was still grabbing onto the table and going, and breathing like I never thought I could, okay? I finally could breathe. I could breathe. I didn't have to have eyes in the back of my head looking out for me, what was coming at me next, where my mom was going to sabotage me next, okay? It was a horrible childhood. And the fact that I could finally breathe, it was like I physically felt my body changing, physically morphing into something other than what I used to be, the person that held on like this for 16 years to get through it, all right? So I know what that feels like. Now, I asked Ray, I said, Ray, you had dreams when you were a kid before you went out on your own. You dreamed about being a musician. Ray was a really amazing musician at the age of 12. And he thought he had a career in that. So he had a dream, all right? I never had a dream. I never thought about not having a dream. It never even occurred to me that it was that other people had dreams. I didn't dare have a dream, because if I had a dream, I mean, I was real vulnerable. My mother could destroy that dream if I even let it peep out of just a little feeling about it out. Okay, I didn't dare have a dream. But then when I got out of there and I could breathe, okay, and I could reconnect with myself, you know, and really not have to live like that. Within 2 years, my career took off just like that. And you know what? I didn't dream about any of it. I didn't dream about becoming an architect. I didn't dream about becoming a home builder. I never dreamed about those things. I didn't have any education for it. I didn't have any expectation at all. But you know what? Guidance pointed me that way, and I walked that way, and it was mine, okay? And I just learned it all, just like this, okay? I just learned it all. They wouldn't have put me in that spot if I didn't have the ability to perform on it. They never would have done it. So where am I going with this? I couldn't help but bring that out. So when you might have, the opportunities lie within. That's the dream that you have, you may have. But you have the urge that drives you, but the opportunities lie within the guidance. I relied solely on my guidance, okay? My guides came in and rescued me. They saved me from my mother killing me, all right? And when this career thing took off, they pointed me that way. I walked that way, and I didn't know what to expect. I had nothing to lose, right? I can tell you from living it over and over again throughout my life, it's all about the guidance. You guys have to write it down. You have to write it down when it comes through. So you stop missing it, all right? I had to just say that. Dad, never.
Just saying.
I know. We've got a kitty cat out there crying for food.
I hear the neighbor's cat outside
complaining.
Coming over for
a free ride.
A handout.
We love that kitty cat. I just had to share that with you guys. So this thing about, I want to take a look at this one more time. This thing about how dreams and guidance work together is going to be really amazing next week. So don't miss it. Okay. And tonight, the guides are going to close the session with their final comments, summarizing all this and those great questions you brought in tonight, you guys, about the power of why. And here they go.
Write down these 3 things about the power of why. Anytime something happens in your life that you don't understand, ask yourself these 3 why questions. Why is this happening now? Why is this opportunity or challenge even happening? And why do I think it's happening to me when it's happening for me?
When you already know that. When you already know that. And yet we still go back into that cycle, you know? Again, My Guided Journey, Part 2, Take the Journey, chapter 1 through 18. And unearth that answer. It's there. This takes you back to your early life when you were the child. The wise child that asked why all the time.
Right.
Okay, that was you. Go back there and get the answers. Go back there and get them because they're waiting for you.
Yet this book comes with 18
MP3s
and 18 videos.
And 18 videos. And all the pages in part 3, the journal writing pages, we have the replacement pages where you could just print them on your printer and put them in a binder and keep your journal going.
Or
for free.
For free. Or you could get them already bound.
Right. Here's the book with just part 3, the journal writing. Okay, it's $11, so $10.99. But you can also print them out for free if you want to do that. We want you guys to do this. We want you to figure it out. We want you to have the support you need. And we're here every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday night.
We'll see you guys next
The
Tuesday.
neighbor's cat's here every night.
Every night.
And we're having shrimp tonight, so it must be Moofy's lucky night.
You guys, we love you all.
We'll see you soon.
We'll see you on Tuesday.
All right.
Or Thursday, maybe.
Maybe
For
Thursday.
lessons. Ask the Universal Channel.
There we go.
Go there and look up the group on Facebook and ask to
A
join.
wonderful group.
Yeah, they are great.
Thank you, guys.
Good night.